This is a video that I don't typically like to make. I just have an aversion to it, and most of the time I don't feel it accomplishes anything except feeding the drama. But this time I just couldn't stay silent. I just couldn't. Nuclear Night, or Terry, or Iron Miss Purr, whatever your name is today, I have tried and tried and tried to stay out of the shitstorms you so happily create. You are not interested in growing as a person, darling. Whoever stole your innocence won. They have left you shallow and hollow and spiteful. You go through the motions of being empathic and sympathetic towards rape victims, but really, what feeling you get is one of superiority. This is the same superiority that you flaunt on YouTube every day. It's really sad because survivors of rape recognize that superiority is false. You still demand it and brutalized and try to turn it into confidence and self-assurance, but you and I both know that it is fake. You aren't anywhere near a well-adjusted and fully functioning young woman. I know a little bit about psychology. You have let your abuse take over who you could have been, but instead you let your experiences tear you apart inside and make you believe that because you had been raped, it gives you the right to hate all men, women, anyone who doesn't agree with you, and anyone who dares question you. Anyone who questions you is blocked. Anyone who disagrees with you is blocked. The sad thing is that if you had let a few friends help you get treatment for PTSD and other issues as well, you might have been out on the other side a much better person. You might not be the bitter, jaded, overbearing, demanding, demeaning, self-righteous, self-defeating, hateful know-it-all that you have become. Your holier-than-thou attitude certainly has not fixed anything that had a chance to become something beautiful. The ugly truth is that you have allowed the scars you bear to be wallowed in savagely, beaten in a childish temper for years. Your rage is not beautiful. Your poems and pretenses have gotten so old and disgusting. Now I'm heading into something I know too much about. In the first 20 years of my life, I was raped 3 times. At 11, 18, and 19. I am lucky I don't remember much about the rape when I was 11. All I remember is that I was beaten really badly. Not so lucky with the others. One apologized to me for having a small dick, and the other kept knocking me out and cutting tiny slits in my skin for entertainment. I understand fear, anger, rage, and hatred. I understand the urge to kill someone if you got the chance. I understand Let me be clear on one thing about me. I trust no one 100%, and I include my husband in that. I just can't do it. It's a defense mechanism. I was conditioned into this. But even if I don't take the stance that all men are rapists or potential rapists, I have sat back and watched you and your little puppet wannabes of nuclear night minigames hack away my friends, such as Federalist Films, Eden's Cancer, Godless Haze, Coughlin 616, and several others, yapping like little chihuahuas over this and over that. And Ooge, when you get your lips off her ass long enough, you can make your own inevitable response to me. I'm just going to tell you the way it is. You know you have become a joke. When a person is first raped, they are victims. Sadly, some are never able to get past that, while others go on to become survivors. It took me years to accept I was a survivor and lose the victim mentality. You pushing philosophical, political, and other ideologies, regardless of whether they're actually correct and accurate, by historians, philosophers, and political scientists, is a pathetic attempt to make you seem more important than you really are. After all, you have to feel superior to women, and especially men, so you ignore everyone who has urged you to seek therapy, counseling, and any kind of professional help. But you are too well adjusted to need that kind of help. Everyone else is wrong, and you are the only person who is right. You are well adjusted, even if you have nightmares and flashbacks and anxiety attacks, and don't know why. Do you rationalize it all by blaming men in general? Or do you blame the person who trapped you into victimhood? Every time you toss that victim card out into play, it demeans victims who have not gotten to the strong stage of being a survivor. You demean yourself. You open scars on the survivors and their families and loved ones. You open your own scars, because without open scars, you can't hide behind the victim card. And you so easily forget how males are traumatized by a loved one's rape. There isn't exactly a rape survival for idiots published. Do I even need to mention the suicide rate for victims? My dear Nuclear Knight, you are not alone. You are just using societal constructs and ideology to blame it on that rather than the person that did the crime. You completely leave out homosexual rape and act like it doesn't exist, or that one of them asked for it. Half the time you speak, I can't believe the shit that comes out of your mouth. You claim to support rape victims, yet you provide no practical advice. If one should come to you and you espousing your philosophical and political ideologies certainly does not help someone at the victim stage. What you do to victims, young and old, male and female, is manipulate their emotions and confuse them when they are already in a state of shock and confusion. You do not deserve to call yourself a feminist. In fact, you are a misogynist and a misandrist. You are insulting, and you have reached a new level of disgusting. You are passive aggressive and vindictive, manipulative of people and the situations, and you use those opportunities to slut shame other women and call all men rapists. Just because a man has a penis and testicles doesn't mean he has the intent to rape a woman or a man. Many men can't even get it up if they are scaring their partner. Yes, it's a turn off. I unsubbed you long ago, but you kept using the victim card for everything. Everything you know. What does happen? When you see a rapist in the shadows, every tree or doorway, when you believe the word rape, and when you use the word rape to describe everything, it loses its power and meaning. There are two things that scare women half to death in life: breast cancer and rape. Taking the power and the meaning from either of these things cause carelessness, which can wreak havoc in a woman's psyche. The word rape has already entered the gaming world as a term meaning basically getting fucked up by the enemy. It is with no doubt that women have been abused throughout history, but they are not the only ones. So Terry, I ask you what you wanted to be when you grew up originally, before innocence was lost, before your dreams tattered and frayed and faded. The only way to get that back is to take responsibility for making yourself a better person, not miserable, not afraid. I have lived after rape and been okay. You can too if you toss your sad little crutches away. They do you no favors. But this whole blaming all men as rapists has to stop. You know goddamn good and well that that is false. Have all men you met raped you? Have they slathered over your body like half sex crazed dogs? I highly doubt this, and not because you look unattractive, but rather you act that way. You have simply an ugly personality, and half the time when you are around, you contaminate the air with your hate. You need help, Terry, and I hope you get it before it's too late to do some damage control. And I can only hope you haven't driven too many victims down the wrong path to their denials. I weep for the person you never got to be. The dreamer, the writer, the artist. That little girl is just frozen in the ice of the soul. The choice to thaw it or not is years. So don't paint every man as a rapist, because it's a flat out lie. Accept the truth and the humility that you were wrong for this. For the rest of you out there, take care and much love and respect to all.